So guys, this video is about if we access row-wise data in array or the column-wise data, does it make any difference? So the answer is yes, it makes the difference, and we'll try to understand like why. So here we have the first set of execution and this is second set, and this is like a column and this is the row. So we have 10,000 by 10,000 array here, and we are just simply assigning I plus 1. So this is not an important thing. The important thing is like we are accessing row wise. Okay, so we are incrementing j here for every I. So it's like we are accessing things in this way. But if you see here, I have just swapped these I and j here. So it means it is going to access things in this order. So this is column order, this is row order. And I have taken the start time and the stop time and just calculated like stop minus start is actually giving me the duration, and we'll see that given the same set of work how much time this column and row wise access is taking. So given the same set of instruction, we have to see like what is the difference between column and row order access, and in the end I will tell you exactly why it is taking so much time. So let me just quickly run this. So we can see that row wise access time is like very less, whereas column wise access time is like maybe actually more than double. So these are like milliseconds, and you can see the difference. Let me quickly run it like for multiple times. Okay, we'll see this difference is constant. See, the upper one is quite less than the second one, whereas if you notice this, the job is exactly same. And excuse me for my voice, it's like so bad for quite a long time. Okay, and that's not important. Important thing is like why is it like this? So let's try to understand that part now. So this is your array. We have n cross n array. This is cache, this is CPU, and this is RAM. So let me take you through the fundamental of accessing the RAM, cache, like what CPU does and why it is slow. Okay, so this will be a little bit abstract, but you will understand it. So let's say we have 1, 2, and 16. Now we have all these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in row wise. Okay, now just understand this like how this is actually stored in RAM. So whatever the X address it is going to start with, it will be like this 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will go till the 16 like this. And let's say you want to access, I mean your CPU is telling that okay, I want to access 0 cross 0, meaning 0 cross 0 meaning this guy. So the CPU will first check this in the cache. Does this 0 cross 0 address exist in this cache? It doesn't exist. That is called cache miss. Then in that case, CPU will go to RAM. Obviously it will be there in the RAM. It will get that. So let's say this X is the starting address from this, and we have this X plus 15 is the address for this guy. Then if you are asking for X, how caching actually works, like it doesn't bring the X only, it brings a data word size. I mean, it brings collection of data, like there can be some different data here, right? So it will bring a full frame of the data to the cache and will store this whole data width into the cache. So it's like some value, then 1, 2, 3, and 4 are stored with their addresses. Okay, like what this RAM is pointing at, so that is actually stored, so that if CPU will ask that particular address, we'll check, okay, this address, I mean this is going to be stored here somewhere. Okay, so this address is present, we'll give this data. So as I said, we are looking for this. Now it will come from cache to the CPU. Now let's say you want 2 now. Now pay attention. You want to, you'll say, okay, I want X plus 1 address. So initially you asked for X. So it brought bunch of data adjacent to this X to the cache. Now you want X plus 1. The chances are more that X plus 1 will be present here because this 1 is actually adjacent to 2. I mean row wise adjacent. It is adjacent to 5 also. But if you see here, in addressing, it is actually so far. 5 is somewhere here. So basically, if you see this whole thing, this is actually 1 to 4 and then 5 to 8. So like this is it is stored. even though we visualize it as an two-dimensional array, but it is actually a 1D array in the RAM. So as I was telling, now you want x plus 1, which is 2. So it will check 2 is present. I mean that x plus 1 address is already present in the cache. It will not go to RAM. It will get that from here to here. And similarly for 3 and similarly for 4. So you went to RAM to get 1, but along with that you brought 2, 3 and 4. Now whenever you want 2, 3 and 4, I mean CPU wants, in that case it will not go to RAM. It will get that in cache itself. But let's say if this is column order, let's say you are accessing this guy and then you are going to access this guy. So it would have brought 1, 2, 3, 4 and some previous data. So like if you're accessing this guy, then in that case, it will bring some portion of the previous data and some portion of the next data of your actual data. So that window is actually not fixed. It depends on computer to computer, but it brings some data. Okay. Now you assume that first you access this because now you're going for column order, right? So first you access this, but you would have brought 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you want 5. You will ask CPU, CPU will ask cache, do you have 5? It will not have 5. So in that case, it will go and get this whole frame like this. Not 16 will not be included, but you got the point, right? Like 5, 6, 7, 8 will come, but 6, 7, 8 will come here. But the point is next time we want 9. So again and again, you are missing the cache and you are paying the penalty to actually check this whole cache and then go for RAM. So anyway, you have to go and search for the RAM, in the RAM, and you are not getting the benefit of locality of references. So next time 9 also, you will first check cache and then check RAM. So it's like if it is 4 cross 4, you will have to do first cache plus RAM 16 times. But let's say if it is row by row, then in that case, you will just have to access 4 times cache plus RAM. Okay. So if this is column wise, you are accessing 16 times. 16 times meaning you are having this combination cache plus RAM 16 times. Otherwise, if it is row wise, then it is just 4 times only. Though you are accessing cache obviously 16 times because you have to get the data from cache, but I'm talking about this particular combination, cache plus RAM. And the hardest part is you have to go to RAM because RAM search is always very high as compared to cache in terms of timing. So now there is one point left. I will explain you that as well. Why we have this problem? The problem is that this cache is limited. We cannot accommodate the whole data. I initially went to ask this first, right? So when I went to get this one, I could just bring this much data only to the cache. What if was able to get the entire array? Then there was no issue. Then there was no cache miss. There was always a cache hit. Just because your word size, how much data you can get in a single frame to cache is so limited. That's why you have to bear with this problem. So please comment like how did you felt about this video. That is going to help me a lot as a content creator, and hit that like button if you really like the video. Thanks for watching guys. Bye bye, take care. I'll see you in the next videos.